In science, we call the things that we measure variables, quantities that we observe, examine, try to draw conclusions about in the forms of relationships and laws that govern the universe. All variables fall into one of two types, vectors and scalars. Let's go through what those two things are. A scalar is a variable which only has magnitude. Magnitude means size, so we're just dealing with a number, basically. The only property that this variable has is how big or small it is. So a few examples might be things like mass, distance, or speed. So for example, a car might have a mass of 1,000 kilograms. It might be 200 meters away. It might be moving at 5 meters per second. These are three variables that we've just represented by a number. Okay, I know that they've got units as well, but the point is scalar variables only have a quantity of something. So what about vectors? Well, vectors have magnitude, but they also have a direction. So these not only have a quantity of something, but that quantity is acting in a specific direction as well. Let's take the example of the car that we had before. Some of the vector quantities that might be associated with this car are weight, displacement, and velocity. So the weight of the car will be 981 newtons acting downwards. We've got a quantity, a magnitude, 981, and we've got a direction, downwards. So that is a vector quantity. The displacement of the car, well, displacement is basically the vector version of distance. It's the distance something is and in which direction it is. So the displacement of this car will be 200 meters to the north. And velocity is the vector version of speed. So whereas before the speed of the car was 5 meters per second, the velocity is 5 meters per second in a specific direction. Maybe it's 5 meters per second eastwards. Maybe it's 5 meters per second to the right. As long as it's got some associated direction with it, you know it's a vector. So velocity, the vector version of speed. So now you know if a variable only has a magnitude, it's a scalar, but if you can work out some associated direction with that quantity, then it's got to be a vector.